industry. So how does all this affect Singapore? There may be short-term benefits for businesses here amid trade tensions between the US and China. But in the longer term, Singapore's economic growth may be stunted. That's according to experts we've spoken to. Have a listen.
With the US, the world's #1 economy, and China, the world's #2 economy, on the brink of a trade war, the economic health of small and open economies like Singapore could be affected.
Look at semiconductors. We do have large manufacturers of semiconductors, or who at least are part of that global supply chain. They may well be affected as China pushes back. What I'm saying is we will be impacted very severely in terms of economic growth, the well-being of our jobs, the well-being of the businesses that we have in our economy if a trade war actually does break out. Because trade wars, by their very nature, are tit for tat.
Mr. Mills added that one possible way for businesses to mitigate this is to take advantage of the various free trade agreements Singapore has signed globally and regionally. He says FTAs are a further boost to the rules-based way of dealing with international relations and trade.
This is the best way that we can protect most of what we have built up over the course of the last 50 years, and that's the best way for businesses to react.
There could also be short-term trade disruption opportunities, as firms could start looking to source from other countries unaffected by the tariffs. But this may not be sustainable in the long run.
If you look at the global economy that generally is moving towards openness, less barriers, less tariffs and less non-tariff barriers as well, this would be a reversal or regression towards better, easier and greater trade flows globally. So, if you have an advantage that's because of a tariff, then that advantage only lasts as long as the tariff is in place, and these are artificial termed mechanisms for a period of time.
Meanwhile, the Trade and Industry Ministry says it is closely monitoring developments that could indirectly impact companies and workers, as well as the potential downstream impact on Singapore's economy. The ministry notes that the tariffs announced are for imports from China to the US and vice versa.
Coming up on News 5, the historic Trump-Kim summit was deemed a